Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for this opportunity. My name is Kerenhapukh Devi Mentari Utomo as finalist Mr. and Miss 2016. Nowadays, I feel apprehensive about television broadcasts in Indonesia that containing violence. Television broadcast is media communication that have important role in social life, economy, culture, and policy. Television broadcasts also have functions that are giving information, educate, humor, and influence people. Nowadays, in Indonesia, most of television broadcast news and movies are containing violence and sex. The social learning theory said that behavior of violence and aggressiveness of people are influenced by the violence of television, movies, and news. Nowadays, Indonesia society always given the spectacle of violence because they assume that it's considered more selling. Indonesia society assume that it's a common thing. Why they assume that it's a common thing? Because they wanted with that thing. Every movies, news, and even cartoons always contain violence. Can you imagine that? I have some cases that prove if television broadcasts containing violence impact the behavior of people, especially children and teenagers. Have you ever heard about Smackdown show? Or are you the one who loves that show? I think some of you or all of you knows about this. Yes, that show ever broadcast on television, and because of that, in 2006, at least there are 7 cases regarding Smackdown show reported to the authorities. Mostly, children underage apply Smackdown action when they played with their friends, and they didn't know the impact of that action. In some cases, there are children who died and are hospitalized. Therefore, Smackdown show moved to the midnight. But this is not working because Smackdown lovers still watch it. Finally, Smackdown show was terminated. And in 2009, there is a child who died hanged down in his second bunk bed because he imitated extreme magic show at Mr. Limbat show. His parents already told him that he wasn't allowed to do that. But one day, his parents went to work and he was alone. And he did that and he died. This is important to be selective to watch movie because parents cannot accompany and watching their children 24 hours. If no, you turn on your TV and watch the television broadcast, especially the movies, you will see many violence that show to many people from kids to adults, like clubbing, free sex, brawl, and so on. When children see that show, they didn't know if that is right or wrong. They just watch it, learn it, and apply it to their life. I think that's okay if that is a good movie, a good show, or no violence and sex scene in that show. But if that show containing many violence, either directly or indirectly, that will not good for their attitude or personality in the future. Because the impact is not now, but later, in the future. Children and teenagers is the next generation of this country. The future of this country is depend on us. So, as young generations, we must be aware and selective to watch movie. If you think the movies is not educate, don't watch it. Don't ever try to watch it. And we also have to tell our little sister or little brother about the good movies and the bad one. Don't wait until all of people do that, but start from me, start from you, and start from us. Dare to be different and change the world. I'm Mentari. Thank you for your attention.